Most people would see this creature and run for their lives. But for Andriy Muzhanko, this 200-pound beast isn't a predator. It's his best friend. They spent 7 years defying the laws of nature, sharing a home, traveling on airplanes, and proving that even the world's largest wolf could be tamed by love. But in the frozen Siberian wilderness, nature always collects its debts. On a silent winter afternoon, the miracle wolf did something that left experts horrified and Andriy's world shattered. Was this a bond of pure soulmates, or was Andriy just living on borrowed time with a killer? To understand the mystery of Akira's final choice, we have to go back to a fateful morning in the snow, where a life-saving rescue turned into a 7-year gamble with death. The story truly begins in the biting cold of 2016. Andriy had recently moved his life to a remote village in northern Siberia. He wanted a sanctuary for his dogs, and the surrounding forest was an endless playground. But one morning, his dogs caught a scent that changed everything. Deep in the brush, far from any trail, Andriy heard it, a faint, desperate cry for help. It wasn't the sound of a predator. It was the sound of a life slipping away. He followed the sound to find a tiny, abandoned puppy, barely a few weeks old. In the middle of a forest filled with apex predators, this little creature was a miracle simply for being alive. Without a second thought, Andriy tucked the shivering ball of fur into his coat. He didn't know it yet, but he hadn't just rescued a dog. He had invited the wild into his home. As Akira grew, the puppy phase didn't just end. It evolved into something formidable. Andriy noticed the signs early on. Akira didn't bark at the door like the other dogs. He watched it with a cold, analytical silence. His appetite was legendary, far surpassing anything Andriy had seen in decades of raising canines. Then came the physical transformation. Akira's legs grew long and powerful, his paws became the size of dinner plates, and his fur turned a thick midnight black. When Andriy finally brought in an animal expert, the room went cold. The expert's words were a warning. This is a black wolf. It is the largest dog-like animal on Earth, and it is 100% wild. Despite the warnings from experts and the fear from his own family, Andriy refused to give up on Akira. For 7 years, they lived an impossible life. Akira became a viral sensation, known as the wolf who could fly on planes and sleep at the foot of a bed without ever showing a fang. He was gentle, licked Andriy's face to wake him up, and acted as a guardian to the other dogs in the house. Andriy used this bond to travel Russia, giving speeches and teaching people that wolves aren't the villains of our stories. But the Siberian winter is a powerful force, and in the 7th year it called out to Akira. One afternoon, while Andriy was working outside, the wolf froze. His ears shifted, catching a sound from deep within the tree line that no human could hear. Akira didn't growl. He didn't attack. Instead, he walked to Andriy, licked his hand one last time in a way that felt like a conscious thank you, and walked into the snow. He didn't look back. Andriy spent weeks searching the frozen valley, following tracks until they disappeared into the mountains. All that remained was a single, haunting howl at night that seemed to echo from the very heart of the wilderness. Months later, a massive black wolf was spotted near the village. It didn't flee from the humans. It watched them with a familiarity that was deeply unsettling. While Andriy sees this as a beautiful story of a soul returning to its roots, many experts are sounding the alarm. They argue that by raising Akira, Andriy stripped the wolf of its natural fear of humans. Now, a 200-pound apex predator, who knows exactly how humans live and where they sleep, is roaming the woods around a defenseless village. Did Andriy save a life, or did he create a super predator that now sees the village as its personal pantry? Is a wolf's love a real connection, or is it just a temporary mask that nature eventually tears off? What do you think? Was Andriy a hero for showing us the heart of a wolf, or was he dangerously irresponsible? The comments are going to be wild on this one. Let me know your side.